Good evening, Chiefs Kingdom, and welcome back to your home for all things red and gold. Folks, as we sit here on this Boxing Day morning, reflecting on a tough Christmas night at Arrowhead Stadium, one big question is looming larger than ever for the Kansas City Chiefs front office. What do we do with veteran cornerback Christian Fulton heading into 2026? It's a pivotal decision for a team that's endured a roller coaster 2025 season, one that's seen the dynasty hit some unexpected bumps. With the regular season winding down and the playoffs out of reach, eyes are turning to the off-season rebuild. Tonight, we're breaking it all down. The performance, the contract, the potential, and what it means for the future of this proud franchise. Let's start with the hook that's got everyone talking. Just imagine this. You sign a cornerback coming off his best pro season, a guy who locked down receivers for a division rival, and you hand him a 2-year, $20 million deal thinking he's the missing piece for your secondary. Fast forward, and injuries derail everything. He plays in only 7 games. The defense struggles mightily, and now you're staring at a $13 million cap hit for next year on a player who hasn't fully delivered. That's the Christian Fulton story in Kansas City right now. But hold on. His standout performance in that gritty 20-13 loss to the Denver Broncos on Christmas night has folks second-guessing. Did he just flash enough to earn another shot? Or is it time to cut ties and rebuild fresh? Recapping the latest, the Chiefs, sitting at 6-10 after that heartbreaker against Bo Nix and the Broncos, are officially in spoiler mode with 1 game left. But the spotlight post-game shifted quickly to the defense, where Fulton shined bright. He racked up 3 tackles, 3 passes defended, including a crucial deflection that led to Nick Bolton's interception, and blanketed receivers like Cortland Sutton when it mattered most. Coach Andy Reid didn't hold back in his praise. I thought he played like he was healthy. Brett Veach brought him in here knowing he was a good football player, but he hadn't been able to stay healthy. He was able to get himself in a position now where he's feeling better football-wise and get himself out there and play. But that's what he is capable of doing. High marks from Big Red himself. Fulton came to KC after a solid 2024 with the Chargers, where he looked like a breakout star. The Chiefs pounced in free agency, signing him to bolster a secondary that needed veteran depth alongside young guns like Trent McDuffie and rookies stepping up. Now, let's dive deep into the analysis, because this isn't just about one game. Fulton's talent is undeniable when he's on the field. Drafted in the 2nd round by Tennessee out of LSU back in 2020, where he was part of that national championship squad. He's got the size, speed, and instincts to be a shutdown corner. At 6 feet 0 inches, 197 pounds, he's physical in press coverage, jams receivers at the line, and has that knack for batting balls away. In limited action this year, he's got 16 tackles total. But projections, if he'd played a full season, we're talking career low territory otherwise, tied at around that mark. The big issue: health. Knee surgery kept him on PUP to start camp. Then an ankle injury early on sidelined him again. Only 7 games active. Frustrating for a guy on a prove-it deal extension. Tactically, under defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, Spags, the blitz master, Fulton fits perfectly as a man coverage specialist. Spags loves aggressive corners who can travel with receivers, freeing up those exotic pressures from Chris Jones up front. When Fulton's been out there, he's allowed a low passer rating into his coverage, like that 48.6 mark against Denver. But inconsistencies in availability have forced rotations with rookies like Noel Williams, who's flashed big time himself this year. Zooming out for historical and statistical context, boy, does this sting in Chiefs lore. Kansas City, rooted deep in Missouri since moving from Dallas in 1963, has built its identity on stout defenses. Think Derek Thomas racking up sacks in the 90s, or that 2019 to 2023 run where the secondary, led by guys like Tyrann Mathieu, was locked down en route to 3 Super Bowls. Arrowhead Stadium, the loudest in the NFL with that 142 decibel record, has seen legendary secondaries shut down rivals. Remember the AFC West wars? Battles with the Raiders, dating back to the AFL days, like that 1969 championship win, or the Chargers, where Fulton ironically thrived last year before joining us. This 2025 secondary, it's been a weak link in a disappointing season. The Chiefs entered as three-time defending champs, but injuries everywhere. Mahomes and backups out with knee issues late, exposed vulnerabilities. Passing defense ranks bottom tier, allowing chunk plays when pressure doesn't get home quick enough. Compare to peak years. In 2022 to 2023, KC ranked top 5 in pass yards allowed. This year, it's a far cry, with opponents exploiting rotations. Fulton's $7 million cap hit in 2025 balloons to $13 million next, with options for free agency corners, potentially cheaper. To add some voices to the mix, let's hear some realistic takes from around the locker room. Imagine GM Brett Veach post-game. "We knew Christian's upside when we signed him. He's a playmaker. Helps been the enemy, but that Broncos game, that's the guy we envisioned locking down the boundary." From Chris Jones, the defensive anchor, "Fulton's got that dog in him. When he's right, nobody's throwing his way. We need that fire next year." Passionate Chiefs Kingdom fan, tailgating in the cold. "Man, if Fulton stays healthy, he's our X factor. But $13 mil for 7 games? Veach gotta be smart, draft another stud." Even a nod from Coach Reed again. "He's capable, that's why he's here." Looking ahead, predictions and implications. This decision ripples big. The Chiefs face a daunting 2026 cap crunch, projected over by tens of millions, with Mahomes' massive deal. Releasing Fulton pre-June 1 saves about $5 million, but hits with $8 million dead money. Not ideal, but doable if they pivot to youth. Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson hitting free agency. That creates holes. But if Fulton builds on this masterclass against Denver, some analysts are calling it plan-altering. Why not keep him? My take: he returns on a restructured deal, mentors rookies like Noel Williams, and the secondary rebounds strong. Playoffs missed this year hurts, but it fuels a hungry rebuild. Draft board, athletic corners and championship weekend scouting. Guys who can stay on the field. Bigger picture. This offseason's about resetting for another run, honoring legacies like Len Dawson's precision or Thomas's ferocity. Chiefs fans, that's the state of the kingdom right now, reflective but resilient. We've seen darker days turn into dynasties before. One game left in Vegas against those hated Raiders. Let's spoil their fun and build momentum. Tune in, wear the red proudly, and keep believing. Until next time, stay loud, stay loyal, Kingdom forever.